We're very close to a most unique final match in our 16 years of covering the Professional Bowlers Tour. The tournament leader, Earl Anthony, will now meet Don Johnson, who has won 3 games in a row. $14,000 to the winner, but there is always that possibility of one of the two bowling a perfect 300 game. Should that be the case, Ralph Weiger, president of Midas, you see him there with his wife, Kay. That check for $250,000 will go to the bowler of the perfect game. Plus, of course, the $14,000 winner's share, $10,000 from ABC, and from Ford, a Thunderbird. A big, big match. You remember in the last semifinal match, this man opened with 6 in a row. He keeps talking. Spares, Nelson will occasionally on splits give you the odds of a professional making him. Now, the odds for an average league bowler to throw a 300 game is 420,000 to 1. Now, that goes down as far as professionals are concerned. According to the PBA, the odds are 6,000 to 1 for a pro to throw one during a tournament. Now, the odds for one to be thrown during this match you're looking at right now, televised finals, is 850 to 1. Earl Anthony. Perfect after one frame. Here we go.
I'd like to see that number 1 come up, Chris. The super style of Earl Anthony. The short backswing, slightly bent elbow. Notice how level the shoulders, solid the head, the loft over the line. This man can do it all, just so relaxed. He would like to win that $250,000 more than anything. There's nothing left for him to do in bowling except do that right now.
I thought I saw his lips move. We have 2 bowlers that talk to themselves. Well, if that's one of the ingredients of success, try it. Leading the 6.
Earl knew it when he let go of it, Chris. That was a bad shot. He very seldom does that, but Earl just babied the ball at the line. Now watch that as he comes through. You'll watch his hand go over the top of the ball slightly and pull inside of his target line. See the inconsistent follow through. Earl was hoping for it to be a strike, but he knew when he let go he threw a bad shot. Now he's showing a little disgust.
So now, with tongue in cheek, we say the best Earl could do today is earn $14,000. But here's Don, who's still alive. After one frame, that is.
Don Johnson, 25 PBA titles. Earl Anthony, the leader, with 27. Kokomo Kid with a winner win this tournament could close that gap to just 1 title again.
Mm-hmm. Still a chance for the $250,000. Don Johnson. Next week, Overland Park, then the Miller Open in Milwaukee, 2 weeks from today. 3 weeks from today, the Monroe-Matic Open in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. Then the AMF Pro Classic in Garden City, New York, telecast on March 12th.
Powerful strike by Johnson. Get down on the knees, driving out that 7. He left a solid 10 when he bowled a 299 at the Firestone. And he has 10 more strikes to go.
In the last match, he defeated the current Firestone Tournament of Champion winner, Marshall Holman. Oh, the 9.
Well, he breaks down to 4-9, and there goes the possibility of a $250,000.
Ralph Weiger, president of Midas.
Kokomo Kid, giving him a little breathing room. He's got a $250,000 check in his hand. He can put it away now.
Hagstrom with a big smile on that suntanned face. I imagine the insurance company is smiling, too.
No insurance. That was all Ralph Weiger's bankroll he had in his hand.
No wonder he can wear an ultra suede sport jacket. All right, it's a spare. Let's go back now and take a look at that stroke by Don Johnson.
Just the ball snapping through a little too hard. He tries to trip the 4-pin into the 9, but if it'll fall to the right a little bit, instead of forward, he had a chance. Kokomo Kid, now it's all down for the title.
There's the Earl Anthony, 6'1" professional who averaged 240 this week. That strike coming in the third frame.
Also, Chris, he shattered the 18-game qualifying record by averaging over 250 for the first 18 games, and the record he beat was by Don Johnson, who previously held it. He set it in South Bend, Indiana in 1971. So the two qualifying record holders bowling for the title of the Midas Open.
Okay, there you see the positioning of the ball. Strike up. Ooh.
4-6. Once again, the left-hand lane. Johnson, the only one to conquer it today. All four of his opponents have had trouble over there. Right now, Earl Anthony is in real trouble. Ball breaking too sharply, leaving the 4-6, cutting right through the heart. He'll just go for one pin here. No possibility, really, of making it without a lucky break and kicking it out of the back.
Bowler of the year the last 3 years in a row, and the top money leader the last 3 years in a row. Earl Anthony with an open frame here in the final match. We'll return after this. Tour moves to Overland Park, Kansas, where George Pappas will defend his title of the $75,000 King Louis Open. Join us next Saturday at 3 Eastern, 2 Central, 4 Pacific time over most of these ABC stations. Remember, that's 3 Eastern, 2 Central, and 4 Pacific. All but the 10 pin for Don Johnson. If you just join us, he has won 3 games in a row, coming from the number 5 position to go against the tournament leader.
Two of the biggest winners ever in the game of bowling going head-to-head for the Midas Open Championship.
Don with a 20-pin lead. Lots of perspiration, lots of pressure. Cross lane now for the 10. All right.
Don Johnson, who really wants to win, Chris, almost worse than I've ever seen him win. It's been a while since he's been in the winner's circle, over 2 years, or going on his second year, and he was really determined. Just believe at this time yesterday, he was in 22nd place. And the reason he went into a slump, it's been a while since he's won. He had a sore wrist like Mark Roth used to have, and now he says it's strong and he's ready to go.
Big strike for Don Johnson here in our final head-to-head match for the $14,000 first prize. Leading by 20. Got that strike in the 5th, and now Earl Anthony will be shooting in the 5th at an open frame.
Earl, he used to be a pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles in a minor league organization before he turned to bowling. Has made a lot of bowlers wish he could pitch baseball a little better and gone on the major leagues instead of whipping up on us out here.
110,000 plus last year. Like that. This looks so easy, so firm in everything he does.
Before the telecast today, Chris, I asked Earl why he's so successful and the other left-handers on the tour have been struggling.
I think the biggest problem most of the left-handers has, you can't cross too many boards in the first 16 feet. You can't belly the ball in what we call the head area. If you do, it's harder to hit the pocket and carry well. I try not to do that, and I think that's their biggest problem, is they do just too much of that.
What he means by bellying the ball is that's giving it too much room. That's the jargon for too much hook on a Pro Bowlers Tour.
And the professional who's won over 22,000 already this year with a big strike as we look front back.
Okay, the key thing to watch in Earl Anthony is the short swing, but notice the level shoulders and steady head, low profile. Okay, shoulder level on the backswing. Excellent form. Straight by his right foot. Solid follow through. Down at the line. Perfect shot. He knows it when he lets go of it. Almost routine for Earl Anthony.